streaming chat.
Oh my god. Hello everybody, it's your boy, and with me is the usuals. We're gonna have a nice little chill out kind of stream. Oh, that echoes really bad.
Yeah, Chicago, stop
Yeah.
being gay.
No.
So anyway,
Get the cock out of your mouth right fucking now.
we might discuss a few things that have happened in our absence over the past week because we've been busy with. Well, I've returned to work. Alcazar is working and also going to university, right?
Yes.
Obviously,
I
we
am.
can't say where you're going, just that you are going,
No.
obviously.
Okay, I'll tell you the general area. It is in the southern
don't.
United States. That is vague.
Yes,
That is as
very-
much detail as I will give.
Yes. And Chicago is, I don't know, what are you doing? You going back to uni? What are you doing?
No.
No.
Heck no.
No.
Did you just say heck on
Heck
my
no.
Christian Minecraft server?
Yes. Heck
Dude.
you.
Not cool.
He's more
not,
Christian than you.
dude. I'm not. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's Mormon. He doesn't count.
Ooh.
Not even more.
Yes, you are. You are. Shut up.
What is he, like a... I don't know. What are you again? Ammonite? Ammonite?
Mennonite.
Mennonite,
You
that's
keep
it.
on saying that I'm Japanese Amish. So
Japanese
I
Amish,
guess
yeah.
I'll just roll
A
with that now.
Jamish.
You are, dude.
You're Jamish, that's what you are.
Mormon.
So anyway, we've got a few updates. So that was part of it. So me and Alcazar are obviously, we're going to be handicapped to some degree in regards to how we can do the podcast. I don't know what your actual...
Joe can just do it by himself, I think.
Well,
I think you
I
can do
mean,
it.
the latter is already mentally handicapped during the podcast, so...
Chicago, I think you can do it by yourself. I think you can do the podcast a few weeks by yourself. What do you say?
I could, but it's also me.
No, just play like Minecraft the entire time. Do basically just a Twitch stream on Mitch's channel.
Just like Minecraft to be racist.
Yeah, play Minecraft to be racist. Get his channel banned, dude. That'd be so epic. That'd be an epic gamer moment.
Haha, epic troll.
Epic troll. I got Mitch's channel banned for saying every single racial slur off the Wikipedia
Don't
article
worry,
list
guys.
of racial
I have
slurs.
stopped him from doing this. He will not utter those words. This is obviously a politically correct channel where nothing is said that is untoward and offensive, of course.
Yeah, that's totally why I offend so many people every single day I post on Twitter.
Hey, your views
Yeah,
do not
dude.
reflect the podcast. You
We're
are
not
bottom
actually
out.
racist. I just do. We're not okay. Clarification. We're not actually racist. We just hate black people.
Well,
I think
you
we need to
do.
clear that up.
The views of Alcazar do not reflect the Spergonomics podcast.
Look, dude. We need more racists to be on board with open borders, in my opinion. Racists for open borders. I need to start
for
that
open
movement.
borders. Okay, explain this. Go on.
Okay.
I need you
we
to
hate
prove this with
minorities.
facts and logic. All right. Give me the
We
logistics.
we hate non-whites,
Yeah.
but we still want open borders.
Mm.
Why?
You know, why not?
I can
Just
list you a lot of
because.
reasons why not.
Yeah, just because.
Is it the meme? Is it what is it?
No, it's just because. I don't know.
So anyway, things are good. Time is of the essence. Time is money. Time is strapped right now. My work quota is subject to change, but I'm actually gonna have to try and make the time. I can't just go, oh, I'm really tired and I can't do this. No, I've got to really make the time. So just beware, guys. We won't be on every
needs
week.
to make more YouTube videos, and he needs your help. First, give him your mother's
Well-
credit card number.
Yes, donate your rent to Pokemon's. No, I mean to Mitch's Patreon.
Donate your rent
Junior,
to
you know
Mitchy
when-
Maid.
Has anyone seen Pimp Master Broder by any chance?
Who?
Okay, Pimp Master Broder. He's the guy who did the Yoda puppet. On Twitter, you might have seen him around.
Well, I unfollowed him. He wasn't
Oh.
funny anymore.
I find him funny, but anyway, he did an ASMR. Well, they're called ASMRs. They're really more like dark skits, and he did one where Junior, Goofy's son, steals the rent money and gives it to Pokemon. and he kicks him. He kicks him out the house.
Oh my god, yes.
That's what I want my fans to do. Obviously, of course, you know. Give me your rent. No, I'm joking. You know.
Yes.
donate to the Spergonomics live chat all your rent. But anyway,
Donate
so
to someone who's not being cancelled on Twitch.
Exactly. Well, we're not even on Twitch. We can't be cancelled.
Exactly. But it still works.
So
yeah,
the aim of today is just to really chill out and catch up with each other, really, because it has been a while, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, it has.
Dude, Trump wants to ban TikTok. That's epic.
Well, that's kind of old news, but we can talk about that. There's a few things we missed.
Yeah.
There was some big news.
It was only announced yesterday.
Well, I mean, he said he was thinking about it, wasn't he? Like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and he made it official yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh wow.
That's a few weeks ago. He said, "Oh, I'll consider it." Then yesterday he was like, "Okay, let's do this, bitches.
Let's
own the libs."
Yeah, now the Mad Lad's actually doing it. Which
So,
I don't know what to think about that.
I was on Rose
It's like
of
the
Dawn.
first time in like a long time he's done something I agree with. So
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think I mean, okay, there is two sides to this, but part of me still is kind of not very sympathetic to them. On the one hand, I do feel sorry for the people who were the good content creators ones who did nothing wrong, who were on TikTok, obviously, right? You know,
the TikTok e-boys fucking deserve it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to see that based Turkish dude who keeps on streaming about how great Turkey is on TikTok.
But you can just do that on YouTube or on Instagram, you know.
Dude, no, I'm glad the TikTok e-boys don't have a platform to be awful on anymore.
Oh, you mean YouTube?
At least for at the moment.
You know they're all going to migrate here.
They will, but I don't think I don't think it's going to be as successful as Viners were. Because the thing is,
now? Didn't they bring that back, or is it gone again?
Byte? Oh,
it's dead.
It's dead.
God.
It's dead.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they tried to bring it back. Is on a platform called Byte back in like January.
Yeah,
but like everybody cared about it for 3 days.
Oof, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But like, I do. Part of me feels sorry. Part of me doesn't, because I thought, well, you should have diversified your content, considering the day and age we live in. You shouldn't have put all your eggs in the TikTok basket. And also, some of them were obviously, you know, paid by the Chinese to corrupt the youth. That is true. That is objectively true. You can try and prove me wrong, considering that, you know, what the app's been doing, which is harvesting. I mean, to some extent, all apps do harvest your data, but when it's the state doing it as opposed to a state that's literally against your own, you know, country and culture and way of life, well, I think that's a bit more of an issue than YouTube doing it to sell for money, innit? It's a little bit different. It doesn't make it any better, but it's kind of worse. And honestly, I don't think this is a free speech issue. When it's a matter of national security, I think, unfortunately, TikTok has got to go. Sorry, TikTok.
The e-boys getting the guillotine is just a side benefit, honestly.
So how did they even figure this out?
Get the helicopters to outer.
Look, dude, I'm more excited about the e-boys getting fucking blown off the face of the planet than I am like helping national security or some gay shit like that, dude. I'm sorry.
Is that what they call TikTokers?
The TikTok? No, there are just you don't hang around TikTok often enough. This is why you don't know this. They're e-girls, but like I hate e-boys more because for one, they're more attractive than me. Two, they're annoying.
That ain't very hard.
Whatever.
Now we know the true reason why he doesn't like e-boys.
Yes! Partially, it's because they're hotter than me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're so jealous.
But dude, if you saw their TikToks, you'd want to like murder them too, okay?
Well, that's because they're all young. That's why I don't like them.
I think for like 1 year, we should all do 12-year-old.
Look,
I think for 1 year, we should, right when like everybody hits 12, we should send them to like a gulag just to make them not cringe. So when they get back, they'll just stop.
So basically, either they're not cringe or they die.
So where would you put this gulag?
Probably Kansas. There's plenty of room there.
Okay, but Kansas is like a temperate.
Not really.
Place,
Kansas is a very terrible place to go and buy new real estate because it's completely full.
I was thinking climate, like, wouldn't it be like really?
No, I was just saying like there's like room to just build shit.
Why not just send them to California?
Yeah.
Put them in Death Valley.
Here's the thing.
Oh, dude, no, we could do. We could make a total.
Altazai,
We could make Total Drama Island. You know.
I don't believe in eminence domain, so no, you cannot do this in the U.S. You have to go up to northern Canada for it, where no one owns land.
Or Alaska. You go in the mountains of Alaska and build your gulag there if you wanted to.
Oh, dude, that'd be epic. No, we should.
Though, I think
We should. I'll buy an old summer camp. No, dude, I'll buy an old summer camp and like just make Total Drama Island, but real life.
That's the thing.
Hey, Mom and Dad, I'm doing fine.
Is that the show
you
that
guys are on my mind?
That's the show that Barry got in trouble with, wasn't it? Because he's
because he literally used the cartoon bear from that show.
I remember he said he edited it, but he didn't really edit it.
It was okay. It was such a minimal edit.
Yeah, his new ones.
No, the thing is, it's such a good show. I love Total Drama Island. The first season, it's so good.
I've never actually seen it.
Hey, Mom and Dad, I'm doing fine.
So, like,
you guys are on my mind.
So, Joe, why are you conflicted a bit about TikTok? Why are you conflicted?
Alcazar. Well, for me, it's basically like, should the government have the ability to go and tell you what you can and cannot use for social media?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah. I do,
yeah.
You know, I sympathize with the sentiment.
You are fully within your rights to be a complete idiot.
Well, the thing is, my argument would be, for one, it's spyware, you know. Because, like, not every...
The argument is that everything is, right?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, but this one's owned by the Chinese government, which is a hostile foreign power. And on top of that, lots of kids use the app.
Yeah.
So, like, they're not, you know, the best at making decisions, I think. I think that's fair to say.
Maybe they should have age-gated it. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Because
age-gating doesn't really work that well.
I know.
Yeah, age-gating doesn't work.
What, did you see the pop-up that said you have to be 18 to be on this porn site? Did you ever listen to that?
No.
No.
I don't need to anymore, though.
Oh no, the government... James Comey's gonna knock down my door. No.
James Comey. More like.
James Comey's gonna knock down my door and
send me to Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Ooh, that's scary. That's terrifying.
Who needs Total Drama Island when you have Jeffrey Epstein?
Total Drama Island, but it's like Little St. James.
Total pedo island.
Hold on, I'm gonna tweet that out real quick.
It makes you wonder though, what other Chinese-owned apps and games even, like, you know, there are games that I would like to buy, but I'm very wary of them. So, you know, Total War 3 Kingdoms, that's set in China, and I think in order to get it into China, Total Creative Assembly had to have part of it bought out by Tencent, I think it was. You know, like, that's the rules. I'm worried that maybe Tencent put something in the game, and I'm worried that it could be trying to take my data. You don't know. But I've heard nothing. But I'm still wary, and I'm wary about just giving them money because they might get something.
Go look at it.
What are you doing? What are you up to?
Total Drama Island, but it's on Little St. James.
Oh.
Send me the link to your tweet. I will go and retweet it right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Alcazar, why do you exist?
I exist to supply the funny.
Yeah, but not in the way that you think.
I mean, remember, Mitch? Mitch, who's worse? Alcazar or the guy who keeps inviting him onto the stream?
Alcazar, clearly. Because he keeps saying yes. Ha, got him.
You
twisted it.
Damn.
Okay.
Lies, right. I did not ask you. You just came along. So it's something that I've been meaning to talk about, but I didn't have time. AA, he got cancelled, I guess, didn't he? And I'm still not quite clued up on how exactly he got cancelled. I don't know exactly what they used against him. So could you because there's some things I do want to talk about, because some people are, let's just say they've been misinformed about certain things. It's kind of major, but not too major. But go on, Chicago. What exactly did they use?
So basically, AA had some very hot takes on Twitter. Well, then a whole bunch of people got him fired from his job for it. So I'm actually highly supportive of supporting AA and his family, because this isn't just supporting AA, this is supporting his wife and daughter. And I really, and think what you will on AA, but his wife and daughter don't deserve this, so.
Yeah, these people don't care that there may be people in the background that they're either not aware of or may be aware of but don't think about, that can be affected by such things. You know, he could be the sole breadwinner, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if Mrs. AA has become a full-time mum. I kind of vaguely remember her becoming one, but I might be wrong on that. But regardless, she'd be affected even if she still had a job, you know. Because he may be still the main breadwinner, she might only have a part-time job and, you know, nothing much else, especially with Corona.
I think Mrs. AA... I think Mrs. AA has a job.
Oh, she has a job.
I think so.
But I can't help but feel like he didn't protect himself enough online, that is, anyway. And, you know, there's one thing about being edgy.
Still...
I understand. I understand that. But...
like, we need to go and circle the wagons here. And
yeah, for sure.
Make sure that he's not, like, made homeless or something.
For sure. What I'm trying to say is...
Dude, I love being homeless. So fun.
Technically you are, right? You don't own your own home. Your parents do. Or whoever you live with.
I don't think that's
I don't think that's how that's not how you define homeless.
I know. I'm messing with you. But no, what I'm trying to say is there's just been a few misconceptions. Like, people said he was doxxed by them or by President Sunday, but that's not true. That's actually, he did it himself because he made the wrong decisions, and he made himself known to people who were unfortunately
he was already known before he announced who he was.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
He was doxxed, just not by President Sunday.
By
people
himself.
Found out, and people did contact his workplace about it.
Well, that's because it was his fans that found out, but it spread, didn't it, amongst the community. Even I found out eventually. I mean, I never said anything. Why would I say anything, you know? But economic
You're the guy who told me who he was.
Yeah, but to say he was doxxed is not, strictly speaking, true. I mean, technically he was, but by himself, and it's self-admitted. It's on his channel, so we can't give the people who cancelled him that. That's what I mean by he didn't protect himself.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And part of me wonders. I think he wanted to be kind of a public figure, but he wanted to have his cake and eat it too. So he wanted to have the screen of academic agent, but still be known as. Can I even? I don't know. I don't want to say his name. It's horrible. Even though it's out there and everybody knows, it still feels rude.
We'll just call him.
We'll call him
Dr. AA.
We'll call him the Ayatollah.
The real reason they went after academic agent is because he knew how to out Pizza the Hut. That's why they're not telling you. He figured it out.
But that's the thing.
He figured it out. He knows how to out Pizza the Hut, and they cannot let that get out there.
And I was thinking about
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut controls the world. It's not the Illuminati. It's not the news. It's Pizza Hut.
The thing is, he'd like to work in Pizza Hut.
No,
I reckon. Yeah, he was
Chicago. He knew the deal with airline food.
Is this a meme that I'm not aware of?
That's why they got him.
Economic Erudite, though, it says he was caught between the rock and the hard place when he published his book. Because obviously, I can see that. But I think when you become a published author and you're like well, actually no, you could use a pen name, couldn't he? And there's Bronze Age, whatever his name is, online, who published his book as that. And I know that All Well and Good, he published a book as All Well and Good. So it's not. He could have just said academic agent.
Who's Orwell and who's good?
He's that Chilean dude. He's not Argentinian. Oh, do you know who he is?
Yeah, I was just saying.
He's been on Unpopular Opinions, actually. He's on I think he was the first one, actually, and he's never been on since, I think. He's mainly a Twitter kind of guy. He's like one of those Twitter personalities.
He's mainly a Twitter personality.
Yeah, AA is vain, and that's what I was thinking as well when I was, when all this hit was. I mean, obviously it sucks that he'd been cancelled, and I don't think he deserved to be fired because I don't think what he did was, fire.
What was he cancelled for exactly?
Edgy takes, the things that he usually spouts on Twitter and then instantly regrets, that kind of stuff.
Things I say on Twitter, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Dude, that's me. Those are all my takes, but I'm not a pussy, so I don't delete them.
The thing is, he's technically speaking kind of a half a public figure, half not, and he's working for a university, so he really probably should have not been on Twitter anymore. When he initially disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept thinking, if he comes back, it's only going to bite him in the ass again, and well, it did. I mean, Morgoth can be on unpopular opinions. It's just a conversation, I don't think they can they never sacked him for that. Despite what Morgoth may say or whatever AA may say to Morgoth, that's just a conversation, But
yeah,
it's just I'm trying. I don't know if you understand. I don't know if anybody gets what I'm saying. Like, it's just I'm not saying he's to blame for his sacking. It's just that he didn't take the precautions necessary to kind of stop it from happening. At least in a way that that is, say if it was unpreventable, right? Say he did everything he could, but still they got something, right? You can only hold your hands up and say, fair play, you tried your best, but he didn't, did he really? But he'll be fine. I mean, he'll
I hope he'll be fine.
I think he'll be fine. There's been people who have been in his situation that have recovered. I don't know about his academic career though, because I don't know if any other university in his general area will take him on. I mean, it depends. Like, I don't know. I mean, they could join a private one where they don't care about this kind of stuff potentially, or we could join a think tank. I mean, maybe Christian Niemitz could
join Adam Smith Institute or whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking more Christian Niemitz, his channel. Oh. I mean, his think tank.
That's the only think tank I know that's based in the UK. So I'm sorry.
I forgot what it was called, but he could join him. But he has avenues that he can explore though. YouTube, I don't think, can be his full-time job. He's not big enough. I don't think he's even at 100,000 yet, is he?
Dude.
Do you want me to check?
Yeah, check. Because I know he's getting there, but he's still not quite there that I know of.
When I figure out that think tanks don't make tanks.
See, I used to wonder why they were called think tanks.
Why is it called a think tank? There's not even an aquarium there.
Exactly. And
Dude,
where's the brain in the jar? Tanks. There's no brain in jars.
I think they're thinking about how they're designing new tanks, but no, they're just boring people who do politics.
By the way, Academic Agents has 47.5 thousand subscribers.
Really? I would have swore he was already at 50,000. But he'll be at 50,000 in no time now because this will have given him a lot of
this is the Streisand effect right now happening. He's going to be cancelled. Then he's going to start becoming larger.
But yeah, I totally disavow the people who did that to him. I think it's disgusting what they did. And what did this kid do? It's like Bering when Bering got doxxed. Well, yeah, he got doxxed basically by we don't know who did it. There's 3 main suspects. Well, maybe 2 suspects. But Sugar Tits got doxxed as a result, and she was not actually involved in the spat between. Kind of really not involved in the spat between Bering and the SJWs that were attacking him. It's like, what did she do to deserve that? They just got her just because she's his girlfriend or wife. Are they married now? I don't know.
I thought they were married now.
They're probably married now, but they weren't at the time. And it's like, Jesus Christ, seriously? Like, he has a baby. He has a baby child.
Like, he has a kid?
Yeah. Well, both Bering and AA have fathers, yeah. But he wasn't a father.
I didn't know I knew AA had a kid. I didn't know how Bering had a kid.
Yeah, but he wasn't. They didn't have a kid at the time. But it still sucks either way. But luckily for Bering, he was already big enough that they couldn't, and they were too small, and bread tube wasn't a thing, so they couldn't cancel him. And And cancelling was different back then anyway. So
personally, I prefer baguette tube.
So anyway, in conclusion, guys, we even though I have, everybody knows I have my opinions on AA. I don't agree with this at all. I do think partly he should have been careful, but other than that, like, he should have been sacked for what he said. He shouldn't even.
I need to start being careful, dude. My Twitter, dude. Somebody finds out who I am and checks in my Twitter, dude. I'm fucking done.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You just don't let them know about it. And that's the thing. Did he not let?
You know how many slurs I've used on Twitter?
Yeah, I don't know, but
better not tell
I think he'll be fine. I think people should be positive and just help him out if they want. Is that my phone going? No, it's just me. There's a thing where I think it's like an actual disability or some kind of weird psychological thing. Can you say where you feel the vibrations of your phone, but it's not actually there. But I had like the audio version. I was like, is that my phone? So anyway, what else have we not been able to catch up on, lads?
Well, China's being mean to Russia again by
really?
claiming all the fucking Siberia is theirs.
All right.
Wait,
all right.
They claimed all of Siberia?
They claimed
I
all
think
of
so.
what? You can't claim all of Siberia.
Yeah, they can. I know that they at least claimed the Vladivostok and Khabarovsk areas. Which is really the only part of Siberia that matters.
Really? Is that where all the oil and the minerals and things like that are?
Oh no, that's where the Russian Pacific Fleet is.
Oh,
speaking of Russia, there's protests going on in Vladivostok right now.
Really? What about?
Oh.
Anti-Putin protests generally, I think.
Really? That's interesting.
Because I'm pretty sure.
I
think the straw that broke the camel's back was because I think he fucked up coronavirus response.
Did he? Because I heard that he did it. He did a decent job. Like, he closed the. He did what? He went all out. Like, closed the borders.
He closed the border with China.
Yeah. Oh, just with China. And then.
Yeah, I don't think he closed it for Europe because European trade is still the lifeblood of Russia.
Well, China not so much. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think.
China is still a lifeblood for them as well. That's why there's so many Chinese people in Italy.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, so they've been going on every weekend, sort of like the Hong Kong protests. Like every weekend, they just go.
Alcazar, didn't you get into a fight with Ray?
No.
Who was it that got into a fight with Ray? I saw all the DMs and stuff. What was going on? Was it you in Chicago? All right.
Oh, she got mad that I have the Japanese flag on my profile pic and I'm mostly white. So then she said that, I shouldn't be siding with the oppressors of Asians for 14,000 years, when in fact, no. Europeans have only oppressed Asians for like 70 years.
Wait, so she was trying to say that Europeans have
she
oppressed
was
Asians?
Trying to go and say that I should go and give a damn about what happened to Chinese people in Europe. Well, since me being Japanese, I celebrate that.
That's so weird. And I did see one thing that it you that posted
China.
it? There's something that you posted, or maybe Alcazar posted, where she said that ethno-nationalism is the default setting for humanity, or was it nations? I can't quite recall.
Oh, that was Alcazar.
Oh, right. Well,
I'll post that because he got Ray banned from a large Discord server, which apparently she was trying to infiltrate.
I don't think she's trying to infiltrate. She was just there, but I was like, hey, she's like a bad actor. Just so you know, they asked for proof, so I asked Chicago for DMs.
I know where she's coming from, right? I know where she's coming from, but she's wrong. Technically, it's the family. That's the default setting, because that's what started. It was started from the family, or extended family, and then eventually it grew in. Families get big, don't they? Some of them anyway. You get to about 100 people, 150, but then obviously you start meeting other families. Then they start, marrying or whatever, right? Then ethnicities come about, because then you've got all these different people coming together, and they're not necessarily related to each other. So it's the family. It's not ethnicity. Ethnicity comes after the family. I might be wrong on that, but to me, if I was to think what the basis of humanity is, it wouldn't be ethnicity. It would be the family. It would be the individuals that make up the unit. Maybe as a nation, you could argue. But even then, you don't need an ethnicity to create a nation. It's more you could argue language is more important. It depends on your point of view, really. That's what I tried to tell them. Like, it's not one thing or another. It's several things. Like, I always say,
who cares what Ray thinks anyway? She's a woman.
I know. Well, we don't know if she is. We actually don't know if she is.
Oh, I thought she was a woman. She sounds like one.
Well,
allegedly.
Okay, well,
she's not all that ladylike, now is she?
For the time being, she's a woman, and I can't vibe with that. It's against my religion.
I still don't know what she really is. Is she just a troll? Like just a generic troll that changes their opinions?
No, she's just an idiot.
Because
that's what I'm saying, dude. She's a woman.
Why is she on like streams with JF? Like, what does she bring to his streams? Like,
she doesn't bring anything.
Token minority, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Token Asian.
But she could be the token Brit, for all you know.
She's probably white.
She subbed to me recently. Then do you remember when she blocked all the classical liberals and libertarians?
But not me.
Yeah, but not you.
Trying to go and get me to go and, side with her on things. But no, every single time she talks with me, I hate Asians even more. Because
loads of new people. We had a sudden intake of people, but I don't know where from. I don't know who they are. But hello, guys. I don't know if it was deep law people or not.
Oh, I forgot to tweet this out, so I don't know.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. But like, I remember she blocked us all. Then she unblocked me. So she must have had a massive argument with one person and decided we're all to blame. Oh, here he is. He's been getting later and later, you know.
Yeah, ice cream man.
It's the ice cream van, guys. Hello. Well, quote unquote ice cream van, man. I wish I had something where I could block out sound from my window. It's impossible, unfortunately.
It's easy. Just don't hear the sound.
I could have muted him, but then there'd be like 5 seconds. See, look, why does he do this? It's been 4 years of this, you know. I've lived here 4 years, and he's done it. Apart from the lockdown, where there was peace and quiet and tranquility, he's done it for like 4 years straight. And I'm like, why? Because he drives down this lane, then he does a U-turn. I imagine he's doing a U-turn because it's a dead end, and then drives off. Nobody comes out to see him. And there's so many theories behind it. Like, my mum thinks it's drugs. I think he's just weird. I think it's just a weird thing he does. You know, like a superstition. Like, if I don't do
selling
this...
ice cream, man.
Well,
he has a specific route. He's got it down.
But he stays there for 10 seconds and leaves. No kid's gonna manage to go out and get an ice cream. You know, get the 99p flake. Oh, Bilbo asked me, Albus, have you seen the Brixton? No, I didn't know there was a Brixton march. Unfortunately. What is that? Is that like a BLM thing? I don't know what that is. Unfortunately, sorry. I don't live in London, so I don't see everything from there. So you're gonna have to explain that to me. But anyway, where were we? Ray, that's it.
I don't know, you started ranting about the fucking ice cream, man.
Yeah, sorry, it's just that I thought I'd explain it to us because we've got some new people here and they're probably wondering who's the ice cream man. He is an unofficial fourth member, innit? He might as well be. Sometimes if I record late, he makes an appearance. But you'll never see him because I edit it out, obviously. But he's... I don't... To this day, I will never understand it. I think it's an autistic thing myself. So, is there anything else that's been happening on Twitter and in YouTube?
Blue Texas. That's what's happening.
Texas. What's going on with Texas?
Blue Texas.
Oh no. Not blue Texas, please.
Blue,
no.
Blue Texas.
Chicago,
dude, look at the RCP
people
polling
who
average in
think that
Texas.
blue Texas is going to be a thing in 2020 are morons.
Maybe not
or
2020.
Just incredibly partisan.
But it could happen in 2028, 2030.
No, dude, Texas is
2028. Yes, it
right
will happen by then. Just not in 2020 because of how the Democrats have performed.
Because what it is, right, isn't it? It's like a load of Californians are moving out to all these adjacent states, aren't they? And then they're voting blue to create the same problems that they're escaping from. Am I right? Or is that part of the problem?
That is part of the problem, yes.
What's the other part? Are we allowed to say it?
The other part is we're allowing Californians to leave.
What about the other part that we're definitely not allowed to say?
Hispanic immigration.
He said it.
That's also why Arizona's. That's why Arizona's pretty much blue right now.
Although she won't be.
Arizona's
the woman
mainly blue because of Californians moving to Arizona.
So the woman's a Republican,
since
isn't
the
she?
90s.
Sorry, it's the man that's the Democrat, isn't it, in Arizona? Sorry, I get.
Yeah, it's the man.
Yeah.
It's not the Hispanic.
Yeah,
Martha McSally. She's such a retard.
Well, apparently she just beat him after all the stuff that's been going on. You know, I know it didn't happen in Arizona, the riots and stuff, as far as I'm aware. But even that guy, the Democrat guy, who uses, like, if you watch Razor Fist, like, he always says he feels like his wife, like she's something or whatever, right? He always, because she nearly got killed, didn't she, once? And he just won't stop using her for his I mean, she willingly does it, obviously, but it's so wrong to use somebody like that, you know, or to use yourself like that. I just, like those kids, the Sandy Hook kids. That was something morally wrong about that. Even though they were willingly doing it, I always felt that they didn't quite know what they were really saying. That they were just speaking from a script, and somebody was using them. I don't like that stuff.
Something else also happened. Trump has stopped campaigning in Michigan. He withdrew his ads from Michigan.
Really?
So, which is not a good sign if he's doing it this early. Because, like, John McCain didn't give up on Michigan until, like, October or September. So, like, the fact that he's giving up now
he's run
shows
out of money. They don't have the money to do it. You know? Like, it's Corona.
No, they have the money. It's just that it's the polling.
Oh, Sargon recommended it. Right, okay. Now I know why everybody's here. Why? This is a chill out stream, guys. This isn't a usual episode, though. So this wasn't the best stream to recommend.
Thank you, Sargon.
Thank you, Sargon. Thank you, Carl.
Wait, he shouted us out?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Thank you, Carl.
On what?
Just, I don't know. He just wanted to help us out. But, sorry that it's not the most... Sorry it's not the most riveting podcast. This is just, we need to catch up with each other and get content out.
Yeah, this is just shooting the shit.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Feel free to shoot with us, though, you know.
Oh, I forgot to bring my gun. Can I borrow one of yours?
Like, it doesn't matter if it's super chat or normal chat, I will talk to you, so...
Yeah, if you guys have any super chats for what you want us to go and talk about, feel free to shoot them to us.
Shit, like, not even super chats. This is so chill.
I almost met up with Tyler Humphrey yesterday. And that almost happened.
Cal Beck reckons you withdraw your ads because either you will win or you think you won't win. So it could be both. I personally thought it was Corona-chan. I thought maybe they can't get the crews together.
Polling right now, Trump is not doing well in Michigan. So I think I'm going...
As the aggregate, or as just
the aggregate, RCP.
We'll find out nearer to November, though. I always wait till the actual election anyway.
Well, yeah, but
I don't know, because the polling firm that one of my friends works for had said that Trump is likely going to be winning, or it's going to go to the Senate with a tie, and then he's going to win. Because, of course, the Republicans will vote him in.
So... here's a sports analogy for you guys, but I'm going to use an American one and the British one. So you know, like in America you have drafts, right? And in Britain, well, actually, does the MLS, you know, the American soccer, does that have transfers, or does it? Yeah, it does have transfers, but it has drafts as well, doesn't it?
I don't watch MLS.
Well, okay, how about?
And I don't really know anyone who does.
Well, I'm trying to think, about swapping players and stuff. That's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So, the idea is there's speculation as to who's going to move to where, right? But the way I've always treated, well, recently anyway, because of the internet and Twitter, the way I've always viewed this is like, until I see the actual results come out, or I see the person sign the contract, right? It's nothing. He's not signing. He's not coming. Or Trump's not winning, or Biden's not losing. You know, until it's November when they start, you know, doing the count, then we'll find out. Until now, it's just all hearsay, and we're just making up hypotheticals essentially. That's just my take on it, though. But that's just my opinion, you know. I know what you guys think. Maybe you're more Sith-like than me and thinking absolutes on this one. But I mean, obviously, because he's got incumbent advantage, he could win, you know. Like, Bush won and he was unpopular. Or maybe not as unpopular as we think, you know.
Well, the thing is, something happened right before Bush was reelected. I think it was when they captured Saddam Hussein, and his approval rating shot up to like 70% again. I think that's what helped him. Because like other than that, Bush was pretty unpopular. It's just like, and then like when Saddam Hussein was executed, I think his poll number shot up again in 2006. But after that, dude, it was just downhill. Looking at the aggregate of like polling, the graph, dude, it's so funny because it's for one, it spikes up to 80% after 9/11, spikes up after 2003 Iraq War, spikes up again for the capturing of Saddam Hussein, and spikes up again because of his execution, I think. Then it's just downhill from there.
Callback says that Trump's job approval has been matching or beating Obama's 2012 numbers. The recent drop was bad, but he's back to within 3 points.
What's his approval rating right now? Well, hold on.
These are Gallup.
Let me go on RCP.
By the way. He says these are Gallup.
You see, honestly, I don't care who's going to be the president anymore in 2020, because if the recession continues for another month, we'll have a depression, no matter who's in charge.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
that was spell good news for
Trump.
Have like even if it's not his fault, dude.
Oh, by the way, I've got economic news for Britain. They're reducing VAT for food to 5%.
Oh, VAT tax?
You see, we don't even have VAT in the United States.
You do to some extent, don't you?
No, we don't.
It's sales tax, that's it.
Oh, well, we have VAT. So that means, right, that so I bought a McDonald's today, right? It was £5.13. I stuffed my face. No, all right, I'm not gonna lie, right? But I still had enough in the tank to eat my tea. So there you go. That's how big my stomach is. But that was £5.13. Let's just round it up to £5, right? My mates told me about this news. Well, actually, they asked me if it'd already changed, but I misheard them and thought, how much was it today? You know, what you ordered, and I thought, oh, it was like £5. Turns out it could easily be £2 something for that same meal that I had. I was like, what?
I know how value-added taxes work, Mitch.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, but I'm just saying if the people who don't, you know. And it's 5%, like, that's insane. The only problem is they didn't do it for everything else, so I'm well annoyed. So that means, like, my bus fare, well, I don't know if bus fares are affected by it, but that means my bus fare's not going to go down. It's going to probably keep going up, so oh well. You win some, you lose some, eh? And it's probably only temporary anyway. I don't think they're going to keep it. Unless they start making loads of money, which I think they will. Because it's cheaper, people will think, well, if prices are cheaper, I can buy more, innit? And then that means, like, supermarkets and, you know, producers aren't paying through the roof to get the stuff in the first place anyway, so they can charge less. Right? So the farmers pay less for cattle, which means that the supermarkets pay less for that beef or milk or whatever, right? Which means we pay less for the end result, right? Win-win, right? More stuff can be bought.
And the funniest thing out of all of this is the government actually gets more revenue out of it.
Yes. Although I think there's some arguments for VAT, but I think there's more arguments against it than for. So that's my opinion.
Well, the main argument for VAT is because right now is because of like tech companies like Amazon who don't pay any in taxes. So that way, if you implement a VAT, they still pay taxes because like they'll be adding value to whatever thing they have, so they can't like skirt around this one for whatever reason. Hiding it in Little St. James.
Called back. Technically, it's kilometers, but we use both. So like on your speed dial, I think you'll have kilometers and miles, but the speed limit will just say 30 miles per hour. Or no, yeah, we use miles per hour. Yeah, 30 miles per hour, but we use both.
Hey, I don't not like the way you guys just switch between metric and imperial.
You do too.
Yeah, but like not as much as you guys
imperial
do.
Like real chads.
Well, we know. We
only use metric for drugs and certain drinks.
We use imperial in schools. We might use imperial in certain. We use imperial mainly for beer, even though it's technically a liter in it, but we just say pint. Is it 2 litre? What? How many liters in a pint? 2, 1.5. I can't remember what it is now, but like your pint of beer.
There's some
but when I worked in the pub, we use liters for the not the cooking, the cocktailing. That's it. So you'd say 2 milliliters of this, half a milliliter of that, and that's basically just a shot glass. So that's what it is. Simple, easy.
Mm.
But it's in mainland Europe. They use just metric, don't they? Which is weird. Use both because sometimes it's easy, just for speaking to people.
Imperial gave us the largest empires in world history, and metric gave us the EU. Which one is superior?
Technically, France had a large empire, unless they were still an imperial at the time.
Yeah, but France at that time also used imperial.
Oh, did they? I thought they used metric.
Well, French inches were different than British inches, though, weren't they?
Yeah, but still imperial. But that also meant that if we bought like equipment, like military equipment from them, we'd have to. What's the word? Not backtrace it. That's the bloody Jesse Slaughter guy.
Convert.
Yeah, you have to convert it. You have to get the blueprints. You've got to convert it, and it takes ages. There's another word for it. I forgot what it was. Oh, sales tax apparently is a state thing in the US, and not all states do it. There's a weird array of state. Yeah. That's all confusing for me.
Yeah. See, honestly, I would be fine with the federal sales tax if that meant that there would be no federal income tax.
I like that. Okay, I'll have one tax if you remove the other. They'll be like, no, both. Why not both?
Well, I mean,
no.
With federal sales tax, there's ways to go and mitigate how much you have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
But with federal income tax, if you don't pay it, well, you're thrown in prison. So
I will say that this was a very strange event that's happened that I completely went under my radar. Like, considering how much Keynesian stuff they've been doing, this government, I'm shocked that they did something that's actually quite liberal.
Yeah, considering how its government is basically just FDR but shittier.
Yeah. Oh, what I forgot to mention was Chicago. You're an evolved man since we last had an episode. You know, with voluntarist.
Yes, I've become more and more right-wing.
Yes, he has. So, what exactly...
Mainly because I'm just becoming more and more fed up with the riots.
Mm-hmm.
To the point that I have absolutely no interest anymore for dialogue with the left.
Want
them out.
I mean, apart from Alcazar, obviously.
I'm not really that left.
No, you're not. But you know what I mean. I was trying to make a joke.
Yeah, I'm more like moderate center right.
I don't think we'd ever abandon you.
No. Well, because the thing is, I still have criticism of BLM, even though I've moved slightly leftward. Because for one, I'd be more sympathetic.
Meanwhile, for me, I think BLM must.
Bacon, lettuce, and.
Well, BLM delenda est.
Yes, delenda est.
So.
I mean, I wouldn't say I've become more libertarian. I don't think I've ever... I don't know, how do I explain it? I guess I'm a minarchist at this point, but I'm not really a libertarian, if that makes any sense.
Minarchism is a form of libertarianism.
It is, but then classical liberals are also technically minarchists, like Hayek would be considered one, even though he would just call himself a liberal, wouldn't he? So...
A minarchist is more voluntarist than a classical liberal.
Maybe. I have been reading Nozick's, well, on and off I've been reading Anarchy State and Utopia. And yeah, I like that. It's pretty good. Although I was reading another book on because I couldn't bring it with me because it can't fit in my jacket. So watching the likes of Kyle Kulinski, says Will, defending anarchists to own Biden is pretty funny. Yeah, that's gonna own Biden, isn't it? Defending wanton destruction. Mind
No,
you,
he isn't. He says he actually can. He actually said we should prosecute anarchists the other day. Bunch of lefties. June, Sean Head on Twitter was like freaking out about that.
He's only saying that now after all
because of course
damage. Because I remember he actually went down.
Yeah, but it was still
ground.
funny to see. That was so funny. God, dude. Whenever she gets angry, it's so funny because it's over like shit that everybody else agrees.
Since when did Kyle Kulinski become like a mouth?
Well, yeah, she's a New York liberal.
Yeah, but why?
Basically,
she's not a liberal. She's a suck. She's a suck dem. She's a suck.
She's a liberal.
A suck dem or a suck dem?
Suck dems are what I call suck dems because I think they're gay and cringe.
Oh, they suck, right?
Even though half of your followers are suck dems.
Ooh.
Yes, probably.
I have a few. They're all right. They don't harm me.
I've basically gotten most of the libertarian followers that I had on Twitter to unfollow me.
The Libertarian Party.
Okay, what the fuck exactly is a libertarian? Everybody seems to have a different definition.
A libertarian is a person who thinks that libertarianism is socially liberal and fiscally conservative when it is not.
Well, that's one.
Oh, that's me.
That's one. That's one kind of lolbert. It's really just a pejorative term for libertarians. So you know Jim Jesus, right, that we had on a few months ago?
Mm-hmm. He coined the
He didn't coin it.
Lolbert.
He didn't coin it. He tried to popularize it before it was cool, so he could claim it, but it didn't work. That's what he said. But yeah, he popularized the word, but it was only so libertarians could call each other lolberts, so that nobody else could then.
Dude, how come all libertarians just hate each other? Why do you just?
It's just part of the thing. It's just what they do.
You see, it's basically, do you prefer Tonkin or Rothbard? Libertarians prefer Tonkin, and I prefer Rothbard.
See, I don't prefer either.
Dude, you're like leftists on Twitter who hate slightly different leftists more than they hate Nazis.
Yes.
Yes.
But, no, in serious though, I don't.
That's why all of you are libertarians to me, because you disagree. You're so bad at uniting with each other that you could agree with. If you united, you could have probably achieved some of your goals. But you guys are just so autistic that you just have to split over stupid minute issues.
Push comes to shove, libertarians.
Yeah, it's called being a purist.
Well, I would say though, when push comes to shove, libertarians will back other libertarians. When push comes to shove, but they won't back anybody else.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Personally, from what I know, besides, most of the infighting is actually not that bad. Most of it isn't. Occasionally you'll get doxers, you'll get the odd people like esoteric entity, but you don't.
I'll grant you that, but it's still pretty stupid.
It is, but that's why it's funny. That's why it's entertaining.
They're kind of like neoliberals and social liberals.
No, the Civil War is between neolibs and sock dems.
I don't know.
Which are basically the same thing. It's just that the sock dems wants to bomb less people.
No, sock dems want more for the regulation of markets than like most neolibs do.
Most neolibs. Yeah,
no,
I think Pelosi wants quite a bit of regulation in the markets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
But then how come she keeps on pushing for it?
I wouldn't even really consider a neoliberal.
To me, you could even be like an ANCAP and still be a lolbert. You could be a minarchist and be a lolbert, Like lolberts, I think lolbert is just an idiot to me. That's what it is.
There's different forms of ANCAPs. There's the Rothbardian ANCAPs, and then there's the ANCAPs with content, which are
also
more agorist. And I don't really see the appeal in agorism.
My favorite ANCAPs
because
are people like Jim
everything
Jesus.
is a black market, then there's no black market.
Jim Jesus is my favorite ANCAP, obviously. And then
my favorite ANCAP is Rothbard.
Also, a lot of stock dems tend to have protectionist views, which is mega uber cringe.
I'm still kind of like...
Alright, so as opposed to neoliberals who wants me to go and sell my grandmother.
Yes.
So, I've got some video ideas.
Yes, sell your grandma. On Wayfair.
By the way, guys, I've got some video ideas coming up. Only ideas, I've not even put, finger to keyboard yet. But I thought of an idea that there's a group of there's a lot of people out there who kind of, say for example, America got conquered, right? Just hypothetically speaking, right? Most people will just adapt to it, and they will adopt. It depends. I don't know how long it takes, but whatever happens, it happens, right? They adapt, and then they become part of this new culture, as if they're like mannequins.
I gotta go. I gotta leave.
You gotta
go to work.
Okay.
Yeah, bye. I haven't showered yet, and I need to do that.
Have fun.
Bye.
Press F in the chat.
Buy the new Spergonomics. Whatever you.
And then there were two. Good riddance. No, I'm joking. Great. now we can insult him. No, I'm joking. I'll tell you my ideas.
Now I can go and actually do my tapes.
I'll tell you my ideas, and he can obviously give feedback when he listens back. So there's one about I don't have a name for them. I don't know if anybody's written about it or anything. It's like a group of, it's like most people are kind of like mannequins. They just put on the clothes of this new culture, and then the next one turns up however long it takes for it to happen. So you know, like when the Arab invasions happened against the Byzantines and the Persians, right? Well, it didn't take long for them to. Well, they were the minority. They still are, technically speaking, to this day, because genetics don't move, right? Compared to culture, right?
Yeah.
But literally, it didn't take that long, a couple of decades, if that, and, well, it was not the same as it is now, but, you know, pretty much the foundations of what they are now was there. It was an Arab Islamic society. But I wonder if, I just want to make a video about those types of people, you know, like, what are they? Who are they? Like, is it a mainly working class thing? Is it a upper class thing, or is it everybody? Do they not have a class?
It's mainly an upper class thing. I
would say everybody. It's kind of like I remember when I told you about that book I was reading, the Revolt of the Masses, and that guy was talking about the mass men who were like, it's basically like the most mediocre people in society, but they're not. It's not a class thing. They're just mediocre, right? And they're the ones who traditionally are the cogs in the machine. They're not evil. They're not good, but when they lead, bad things happen, right? Because they're terrible at their jobs, right? They're kind of like that, but not as bad. They're just benign. But I can't think of a name for them. And mannequin's horrible because they're not evil people. So, and they're not hipsters either. It's just they just seem to. No matter what bad things happen or good things happen, they just adapt. They don't complain or anything, and that's most people.
Well, the reason why I think it's the shift of cultures in antiquity and up to the late industrial era was done by the rich and not really by the working class is look at Japan. It was mainly the rich that were sending the Japanese culture towards being westernized, while the poor actually tries to resist it.
I mean, I'm not saying that people.
Because keep in mind that the rich back then were actually the underclass of the societal hierarchy because they were the merchants, and the poor were the former aristocracy of the samurai.
It's hard to explain because it's not a class thing for me anyway. It's an individual, almost an individual thing.
Yeah.
Like it can be anybody. It doesn't matter. But then what was the second one I thought of? There was a second idea in my head. Oh, just when they were all flooding back, I forget them. Hang on, there was a second one. Oh God, what was it? It was. Oh yeah, I want to do some.
Here, boy.
I wanted to do some book reviews, and there's been a long-term one that I've been planning, but I need to actually because it's a history book. I need to actually delve into it and get into all the nooks and crannies. And then there's another one. I won't actually do a video on Revolt of the Masses because the philosopher Jose Ortega y Gasset he seems to be overlooked, but I think he has a lot that we could learn from. Then there was another. Oh yes, I want to make a video. I may have done this in the past, but maybe not in detail. I want to make a video on the Randy Anglos of the world. You know who I mean, right? The people who they jump on, they just change their opinions month by month, right? You never know what they're going to believe next, and I want to talk about those types of people. Hello, we have gunships. I wish I had a gunship. Don't you wish you'd have, open the ports?
Oh, of course.
And then there's other things, maybe some political stuff as well. Maybe some whatever happens in the news. Oh yeah, I wanted to make a video on. Did you hear about the lawyer who was an MRA who got assassinated? Did you hear about that?
You mean that one lawyer in New Jersey who had her son die and her husband?
That was the judge, but the two may be linked. Okay, so there was a FedEx guy, right? Or a delivery driver.
The guy who was linked to it.
Yeah, he's been linked, but they've not proven it yet. But he knew both of them.
Yeah.
At least the guy who, yeah. So basically, this
guy honestly, honestly, I think it was just some Clinton op.
History of Japan would be a good, decent video. Oh yeah, the Anglo-Satsuma War, yeah. Well, we didn't bombard the Japanese into modernity. America had already opened the floodgates by then, right? When was the bombing of Satsuma? 1870? I don't know. It wasn't even a war, it was more a conflict in a way. Kagoshima, that's it, yeah. 1863. That was close enough, wasn't there? Satsuma declared a victory. Good old Satsuma. But anyway, I think we've been going on for a while. We actually went over time.
Oh, yeah.
Opium Wars is still the funniest shit. See, I still don't know a lot about the Opium Wars. All I know is we got Hong Kong out of it. We are talking Gabby Giffords, yes. I assume that means...
Well, that means you also have to go and specify which Opium War, because there were like 3.
2 wasn't? Oh, was it 3? Oh, I need to look that up now.
I think there were 3.
Alright, let's double check that before we go. Opium.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. No, Wikipedia says 2. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I mean, there may have been... Oh yeah, there was a Taiping Rebellion and the Dungan Revolt at the same time, so... Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, any last words before we go?
Help AA.
And my last words are always put back your trolleys. Don't be a barbarian. See you later, guys. That meme will never die.